Peru is a South American country, bordered on the west by the Pacific Ocean and on the east primarily by Brazil, Bolivia, and a portion of Colombia. The Peruvian capital is Lima, with a population of nearly 12 million people. The principal language is Spanish, spoken by 82% of the population, with Quechua, Aymara, and other indigenous languages making up the rest. Peru is a beautiful country of many contrasts, from the desert coastal area to the majestic Andes to the colorful Amazon basin. Bonnie and I live in Lima and have as our primary focus the establishment of a church plant in the easily accessed district of Miraflores. This initiative began during the pandemic when two smaller works, one pastored by Daniel Maxi and the other by Miguel Jimenez, decided to recognize and unite to form a new Reformed Baptist church. The first meetings were via Zoom, and the virtual group began to grow, adding another leader, a Venezuelan immigrant, Jorge Rodriguez. I was the fourth leader of that group and have been with them from the beginning. The two Limanian pastors and Jorge Rodriguez, the Venezuelan, have all had some significant seminary training. Daniel is working on his MDiv from the Southern Baptist Theological Seminary. Jorge is married to Yelismar, and they have two children. Miguel is married to Angie, and they also have two children. He works as a delivery person and a part-time taxi driver. Daniel works at a bank and is married to Rosemary, and they have two daughters. In November of 2020, the church began to meet in person, and by the end of 2021, we were looking for a larger place to meet. We are now meeting in a 16-story office building on the 15th floor in Miraflores. On Sunday, we have the entire building to ourselves and have room to accommodate 100 people. As a church, we do have doctrinal distinctives. We are a Reformed Baptist church and hold to the 1689 London Confession. We have seen that people are hungry for the Word of God, taught in an expository manner. The result is that people will cross Lima from the east, south, and north to find us, some of them traveling as much as 2 hours for the Sunday morning service. We have also been able to establish two benevolent ministries supported by the church. Every Saturday morning, we have an outreach in a very poor area of Lima called Luces de Villa Maria del Triunfo. This is a community that is very needy and isolated, located on a hill overlooking the city and accessible only by climbing precariously steep and uneven stairs with no guardrails. A breakfast is provided for the children, followed by Bible classes and then a special study for the mothers or guardians at noon. We also have an outreach outside the Children's Hospital in Breña, located in the center of Lima, to minister to parents and siblings of children admitted to the hospital. These family members sleep in pup tents on the sidewalk across from the hospital entrance. The gospel is presented to these people, members of the team pray with these families, and food items are distributed. This ministry began weeks after Pastor Jorge Rodriguez's 9-year-old daughter was diagnosed as a type 1 diabetic. She was admitted to the hospital in Breña mid-August 2021, running blood sugars in the mid-500s. And in far worse shape than when my wife was diagnosed, a type 1, in 1968 before we were married. This was an emotionally wrenching time for us and especially for Jorge and Yelismar. Paulita is now doing very well. Her parents are making an amazing effort to control her glucose levels. It is amazing how opportunities to present the gospel and minister to others are often spawned out of frowning providences just like this. I would also mention the development of our small group ministry. The church presently has 6 small groups which meet in various homes. These Bible studies involve answering pertinent questions from the passage we're studying as well as looking at various parallel passages that help us understand the text. I have a printout of the passage, questions, parallel passages, and a few quotes from favorite contemporary pastors and theologians. The participation has been extraordinary. It is not unusual for a study to conclude around 9:45, but the fellowship often continues until 11:45 or even midnight. In addition to this, we also have a monthly ladies' meeting in our home. This is structured much like our study groups and provides instruction by my wife, Rosemary Maxi, the wife of Pastor Daniel, and Flor Galvez, an educator who came to us from a Reformed church in Venezuela. This is an introduction to our church, Iglesia, Biblica, Gracia, Verdad. We would covet your prayers as we and the brethren there strive to see this church firmly planted and growing.